All right, guys. The Utah Jazz have officially clinched a playoff spot. Can you believe it? This is Hanson James. This is the SLC Dunk post-game show. I could not be happier. I don't know what else to say. This is a remarkable thing the Jazz have done. I did not expect this. So if you go back and watch all the videos and go back to the Atlanta game, I was rooting for losses. I was out on this season. I just figured this team was too far back. They did not have Rudy Gobert, their best player, healthy and playing well. They were just struggling to find ways to score. Ricky Rubio, Derek Favors, and Rudy Gobert was one of the lowest output offensive trios in the NBA, and it was our starting lineup, and we were just getting killed with it. We were like the fifth in the lottery. We were looking at a top 5 pick, and the Jazz turned it all around. I'm just happy. I'm just really happy that things didn't go how I thought they would. And Milo did an amazing article on it. If you haven't read it yet, it's on SLC Dunk. It was a few weeks ago, a week or two ago, but just talking about what the Jazz have done to get to the playoffs from where they were to where they are now. It's never been done. This is the greatest turnaround in the history of the NBA. It just is. No one has ever been that, 10 or plus games, whatever it was, below 500. To now be 12 games over 500 or whatever it is, 47 wins. Right now, the Jazz are sitting, I think, in the 3rd seed or 4th seed or whatever, or 4th seed, I believe. If we beat the Warriors and the Trailblazers, we're probably the 3rd seed. It's unbelievable. The things the Jazz did to get to this point are unbelievable. As far as this current, I don't know. I'm here to talk about the Jazz making the playoffs. As far as the Lakers go, Josh Hart is a really nice rookie. For you Lakers fans watching, you should be really excited that your team is able to draft nice players at the end of the first round. But no one else played for the Lakers, and I wish the Lakers the best. But the Jazz had to win this game tonight, and they did. I was nervous about this game because, the Lakers play hard, and they played hard tonight. And so shout out to Luke Walton and the young Lakers team with a lot of players looking to prove their value and just good kudos to the Lakers for playing really hard and again, just giving the Jazz, not making it easy for the Jazz, but Jazz pulled away in the second half, clinched a playoff spot. One of the players I'm so happy for is Ricky Rubio. Ricky Rubio's never been to the playoffs before. So Ricky Rubio proved that he's an NBA playoff point guard. That's awesome. And part of that is Quinn Snyder's coaching, and part of that is just Ricky Rubio's hard work. He's putting the work and doing the things he's never been able to do before. Now he's doing it. In terms of other players to be excited about, Derek Favors, who for 2 years was just riddled with injuries. And he was able to overcome those injuries and be just a major part of the Jazz winning so many games and making the playoffs. Derek Favors has put in the work and come back from just injuries that looked like they might be, shorten his career. Like he'd be done. Now it's like the Jazz need to re-sign him. It's just been an incredible turnaround. Donovan Mitchell started the first 6-7 games of the season. He wasn't able to hit a shot. But he turned it around and turned into the most prolific scoring rookie in the NBA and a legitimate deserving of the Rookie of the Year. Whether he gets it, it doesn't matter. He deserves it. I don't know if he'll get it, but he deserves it just as much as Ben Simmons. Donovan Mitchell's put in the work, and he's learned, and he's added shots to his game and figured out ways to score in other ways other than just pull up threes and pull up mid-range. He's got just an inside and finish at the hoop game that's just remarkable. And he's learned so much just this season. Incredible. Rudy Gobert, who worked through 2 major knee injuries this season. He had his knee bent. Go watch the replays. His knee did that twice this year. And he came back. His fight is unbelievable. And Rudy was right when he said we'll be fine. It was prophetic. He was right. He knew. Rudy knew how good this team was. The other players knew, and they didn't give up. There was never like a bad locker room or like the team falling apart. They never quit. And when guys like me, bozos like me, who thought it was over and thought that they should tank to get a nice draft pick, they didn't. They kept going, and it's just incredible. And I could not be happier. It's just awesome. It's just awesome. And this season is a complete and utter success. Like, no one figured this team would do this. Everyone thought that when Gordon Hayward left, the Jazz were dead in the water. That when George Hill didn't sign that contract, which has turned out to be the biggest dodge bullet ever, that it was over. And they just did things that no one expected. And overcame expectations to a level that's unbelievable. If the Jazz end up at the 3 seed, that is mind-blowing, considering that their top scorers all left. You know, and you replace it with Donovan Mitchell, Rookie of the Year, Jay Crowder, midway through the year. You're getting points from Ricky Rubio, who no one thought could shoot, and he turned into a 36% three-point shooter. Dennis Lindsey was right. He said that we're looking at Ricky Rubio and we think that he can be Jason Kidd. And he was right. All hail Dennis Lindsey. And Quinn Snyder just does not get enough credit. And anyone who says anything about Quinn Snyder, well, all you can say is 2017, 2018 Utah Jazz was one of the most impressive coaching performances ever. I mean, he had kind of created a team and offensive system that was geared around Donovan Mitchell and Dante Exum. Dante Exum goes down the first third preseason game. He looked great the first 2, and then he has one of the Suns players fall on his shoulder, and that was it. And so it was kind of dependent on Ricky Rubio, and he allowed Ricky Rubio to flourish like he's never been before. And Ricky Rubio is playing with a freedom and confidence I don't know if he's ever played with before. And that's Quinn Snyder. I'm just happy. I don't have any anger in my bones. Usually I'm yelling and screaming during this thing, and now I'm just happy, guys. I hope you're happy. It's something to be excited about and be happy in whatever we end up. If it's the 8th seed, if the Jazz lose to the Warriors and Portland, and for whatever reason end up the 8th seed, which I don't even think is possible at this point because of tiebreakers, that's an incredible success. Incredible. Just think about where they've come and where they are now. It's unbelievable. And not just from the beginning of the year, but from midway when they were 5th in the lottery. You know? It just did not look like it was going to work. And so just so much. And Joe Ingles has become just a legitimate starting like top 10 small forward in the NBA, playoff, 3rd seed in the playoffs. The Jazz are going to be possibly the 3rd seed, and we don't have an all-star. It's crazy what this team has done. It's crazy. Rudy Gobert is the Defensive Player of the Year. If he doesn't get it, it's ridiculous. You know? With all the injuries, I mean, the Jazz also missed out. Like, I saw an article yesterday talking about the 2 teams that lost more wins because of injuries is the Golden State Warriors and the Utah Jazz. It's not the Celtics. It's the Jazz. They've overcome insane adversity to come to where they are. It's amazing. I think you got a lot of my face there. I think at least the Facebook live feed kind of froze. Hopefully you've been able to hear me. But guys, I just want to say to everyone who watches this that it's a blast. I'm really grateful for all of you that watch and comment. Don't know if I'm getting to comments tonight, guys, but I really appreciate it. Bill, Matt, Adam, thank you for watching these shows. Thank you for going to SLC Dunk and reading all the articles. Thank you for subscribing to this channel on the YouTube. I appreciate it. Thank you for just being awesome fans that just come back with the passion. Jazz fans are the best fans in the world. They really are. Whether it's good, bad, whatever, Jazz fans come and they bring it. And you guys are the reason the Jazz have such a great home court advantage. When we go to games, the Jazz know they're going to get that boost from the fans, and I appreciate it because you watch these shows and read our articles at SLC Dunk. And it's great. So, it's been a great season, guys. And it's only starting. And we're going to the playoffs now. Now we're going to the playoffs. Oh, I just hiccuped because of excitement. playoff hiccups and burps. But anyways, we're going to the playoffs. It's just starting now. The emotional stuff ends now because the Jazz are going. And we're coming for you, whoever you are. Portland, Minnesota, whoever it is. We don't care. OKC, bring it. We got Rudy Gobert, Defensive Player of the Year. We got Donovan Mitchell, Rookie of the Year, the best coach in the NBA, and Quinn Snyder, who's going to surge in you. He was able to almost win games against Golden State Warriors with Sheldon Max starting point guard. Here we go. All right, guys, like and subscribe. Do all the things that we talk about. SLCdunk.com, read it. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I almost forgot what it was. Go to those and follow SLC Dunk. Do it. Go to the SLC Punks podcast with me and Michael Lohman. Listen to us talk about the Jazz. You like the Jazz? You'll want SLC Punks podcast. My name's on Twitter. It's @HansonJames. You can follow me there. Just don't be a jerk. Let's go playoffs, baby.